Hello everyone, and welcome back to Ruby Tarot. Thank you so much for always supporting and following the channel. The moment you come across this video is the perfect time to receive its message. On this channel, I always bring you guidance about what's coming into your life. When you open yourself up and believe in the positive, you're also connecting to a parallel reality where your wishes have already come true. Today, through this reading, I hope to help you uncover the possibilities of the future, support you on your journey to love, and guide you toward manifesting your heartfelt desires. The theme of today's reading is your person's true thoughts and the hidden emotions they've been keeping inside. Let's explore together now. I've selected 3 cards, corresponding to Pile 1, Pile 2, and Pile 3. Take a moment to listen to your intuition and choose the card that you feel most drawn to. Then, click on the timestamp in the description to go directly to your reading. Now, let's begin the reading with those of you who've made your choice. Hello to those of you who chose Pile 1. Thank you for your patience. Now, let's begin the reading dedicated to Pile 1. I hope this reading brings you healing, new insights, and moments filled with love and warmth. The main theme of today's reading is your person's true thoughts and the hidden emotions they've been concealing. The first card that appeared is Temperance, and the outcome card is the 2 of Pentacles. The very first impression that came to me upon seeing these 2 cards is that both of them speak of balance. But what really caught my attention is, it seems like this person doesn't easily reveal what's truly going on inside them. Their true feelings appear to be hidden away, deeply buried beneath the surface. Next, another card appeared, the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. And when this card showed up, I felt even more strongly that this person is someone who is incredibly hard to grasp. It's as though they rarely express what they truly feel inside. They might be the type who's emotionally elusive, hard to understand, and doesn't easily let others in on their thoughts or intentions. However, the strange thing is, despite being that way, it seems they are the one whose heart is being held tightly by you. At first, I thought you were the one being drawn into their emotional world, but the more I looked, the more I sensed that it's actually them who can't let go of you. That said, from your side, you might often feel uncertain because you can't quite figure them out. There are times when you may feel like you're being swept up by their energy, spinning in circles without a clear sense of direction or endpoint. Another card appeared, the Fox. This card carries the sense that this person has made you wonder, are they truly being sincere? Because they don't express their true feelings openly, there may have been moments when you felt lost, unsure whether you were being misled. Since you're unable to clearly see their inner world, there are times you've doubted yourself or questioned the nature of this connection. You might have even asked yourself, is this person really okay? Can I trust them? And yet, the Moon card rises to affirm one thing: despite all the secrecy and doubts, you are someone they deeply value. You truly hold a special place in their heart. Then, another card appeared, the Snake. When I saw this card, I genuinely felt that you might want to watch Pile 3 as well, because the energies are quite similar. This person is incredibly difficult to understand. They're ambiguous and indecisive. The way they behave is always somewhere in the middle, never leaning fully one way or the other. Their actions feel half-hearted, changing from moment to moment, making it impossible for you to feel secure or certain. However, what's truly surprising is that despite all appearances, the cards that have shown up so far, including Temperance, 2 of Pentacles, the Moon, and even the Snake, all point to one truth, regardless of how unclear they seem on the surface. Their feelings for you run incredibly deep. Their emotions are intense and more profound than you may have realized. But because they are someone who struggles to express their feelings, you haven't been able to fully sense the depth of what's there. Since the Snake card has appeared, I decided to pull a few more cards to explore this person's emotions in greater depth. And an image began to form. This person may come across more like a friend at times. Sometimes there's a sense of closeness, but not necessarily a clear romantic atmosphere. For some of you, it might have even felt like love wasn't fully present or obvious between the 2 of you. However, the cards that followed began to tell a very different story. The Lily card has appeared. When combined with the Snake, the energy becomes incredibly intense. This person is truly thinking about you a lot, even feeling deeply drawn and captivated by you. If possible, I would recommend also watching Pile 3, as the energies here are very closely aligned. The card depicts an image of you and this person holding hands. You are looking away, but they're watching you with a gaze that is both intense and unwavering. Recalling the Temperance card, a symbol of emotional calm and self-control, I sense that outwardly, this person appears composed, stable, and not easily swayed by feelings. But internally, it's an entirely different story. The truth is, beneath the surface, they are overwhelmed by your pull, almost irresistibly so. The presence of both the snake and the lily is a powerful indication of how strongly they are attracted to you. But what's even more fascinating is the symbolic dynamic. In nature, snakes are known to avoid the scent of lilies. And in this metaphor, that becomes very telling. You are the lily, radiant, graceful, and refined. And because you shine so brightly, with such natural allure, this person becomes cautious. They retreat, even avoid approaching, almost as though they believe someone as beautiful and perfect as you is beyond reach. Within this symbolic relationship, you represent the lily, and they the snake. They're enchanted by you, but at the same time, they hesitate to come too close. They hide their true emotions, not wanting to reveal how deeply affected they actually are by you. And that is precisely the issue. This person has a strong tendency to completely conceal their infatuation. They don't want you to know that they're gradually becoming obsessed, increasingly drawn to you, emotionally overtaken by your presence. They may not show it outwardly, but deep within, their longing to be near you and their emotional attachment are real, intense, and persistent. However, I sense that those of you who chose Pile 1 carry a stronger sense of self. The person you're thinking about seems to possess a great deal of pride. Compared to the energy in Pile 3, Pile 1 reveals a much firmer determination on their part not to expose their emotions. They are someone who deeply resists letting anyone see them vulnerable, especially not you. In fact, it's even more critical for them that you don't discover what's really going on inside. There is a deep-rooted stubbornness here, a powerful drive to make sure their feelings remain hidden. They don't want you to read them. They don't want you to uncover the truth in their heart. It's as if they're guarding their emotions behind a mask, one that they've secured with great care. I pulled another card, and it was the Mountain. This card says it all. They're building a firm wall around their feelings, refusing to let you see through. No matter how chaotic or stirred up their inner world may be, they're determined not to let it show. From your side, the one watching this reading, you might be thinking, even if you hide it, I will still see through everything. I will know the things you refuse to say. That feeling comes through very clearly. You are trying to pierce through their defenses, to see what lies beneath all the layers they've put up. I drew another card to further understand this person's emotions for you, and this time, the color orange emerged. A vibrant, radiant orange, warm like sunlight. It's fascinating because this color stands in stark contrast to the darkness of the snake card that appeared earlier. Orange carries the energy of joy, illumination, and warmth. It's like the sunlight shining into the heart, while the snake symbolizes shadow, secrecy, and hidden truths. And in fact, in the Mountain card, there is also a rising sun behind the peak. That detail made me feel something deeply. Despite the towering wall they've built, there is still light within. It's not that they feel unworthy or insecure, rather, it stems from pride. They don't want to show that they've been emotionally stirred, that you've touched something vulnerable in them. They want to maintain their strong, dignified image. If we recall the image of the Emperor, often depicted with mountains behind him, it reinforces this impression even more. This person carries the energy of someone with immense self-respect, someone who appears stoic and unyielding, but is secretly captivated and moved by you. They don't say it aloud, but the light you've brought into their world is undeniable. In the context of the Rider-Waite system, this person embodies the archetype of the Emperor, someone who tends to project a sense of authority and dominance, someone who believes they hold the upper hand. There's a touch of pride, a sense of superiority, and a firm belief that they should be the one taking the lead in the relationship. And yet, when they're with you, their heart feels warmed. You bring them peace, comfort, a sense of home. What's particularly interesting is that, in symbolism, snakes are often afraid of sunlight. Bright light causes them to retreat and hide in the shadows. And that reminds me of this person. You are the sun, radiant, brilliant, so dazzling that at times they feel overwhelmed. And because of that, they choose to withdraw and conceal their emotions. Still, within them, there's a profound sense of admiration for you. To them, you're not only important, You are an ideal, someone they long for, someone they deeply desire and revere. I pulled another card to see the final outcome, and a very clear feeling emerged. This person will soon open up to you. The emotions they've been hiding for so long, they will be the one to initiate, to let their guard down, and to reveal what's been kept inside. Now, I'll draw one more card to tune into your feelings, how you truly feel about this person. The Moon card, which appeared earlier, reveals that you deeply value this connection. You care for them on a profound level, and at times, your feelings for them are guided by strong intuition. However, the Fox card also made an appearance, and this suggests that you still carry some doubt. There's a lingering sense of uncertainty. You might catch yourself wondering, are they sincere? Are they truly thinking seriously about me? This hesitation is completely understandable, given how skilled they are at hiding their emotions. Their silence, their restraint, it's what has made you feel unsure at times, even insecure. However, the appearance of the purple card comes as a gentle reminder. Develop your inner sensitivity and intuitive understanding. Purple carries the energy of emotional and spiritual maturity, of inner depth and soul growth. You are being guided not only to understand this person, but also to understand yourself. What you feel may very well be true, and you have the capacity to hear the unspoken messages coming from their heart. The initial message about developing intuition feels like an encouragement to listen deeply, to tune into the subtle emotional undercurrents, to connect with your inner knowing beyond words. As I continued drawing cards to explore your emotions for this person, one theme became increasingly clear. The color purple kept reappearing. One of the cards says, "Enjoy the purity of your listening." I interpret this as a message affirming that you possess a special sensitivity. You are able to perceive what others may not say out loud, especially from this person. And you're gradually learning to trust that ability. When it comes to your feelings for them, you may find yourself drawn to their intelligence. There's a sense that they are sharp, insightful, that their mind holds a kind of brilliance you deeply admire. At the same time, they exude an air of mystery that you just can't look away from. The presence of purple amplifies this sense of mystique, as if they carry an energy you cannot logically explain, only feel. Another card appeared, the unconscious. It serves as a reminder that there may be something you're not fully aware of yet, or thoughts and emotions that haven't fully surfaced. Yet, this doesn't push you away. On the contrary, their elusiveness only draws you closer. It's that very sense of mystery that makes you want to understand them more. And then came the Fish card. This card carries the energy of appreciation, deep affection, and emotional richness. It also suggests that you sense a unique resonance between you and this person, as if your souls recognize each other. You might find yourself thinking, we're very much alike. I can't quite explain how, but I feel it deeply. Another card appeared, the Key. This card serves as a powerful confirmation that you hold something truly significant in this person's life. The number 33 on this card is often considered the most powerful number in the deck, a symbol of mastery, resilience, and unshakable presence. This suggests that your feelings for this person go far beyond simple attraction. There is a sense of destiny here, a connection that runs deep and defies easy explanation. Despite their mysterious and reserved nature, you can still feel it clearly. There is something profoundly real and meaningful between the two of you. From their perspective, you radiate a warm and luminous energy. You feel to them like the sun, full of life, vibrance, and irresistible magnetism. In contrast, they seem to carry the energy of someone private, introspective, and enigmatic, like the moon, or like the snake that hides in shadow. To put it simply, you are the sun and they are the moon. You shine brightly, openly, and are easy to approach. They are quiet, hidden, layered with emotions they keep tucked away. And yet, this very contrast is what creates such a powerful pull between you. You bring the light that makes them want to step out of the darkness, to come closer. This person is, in truth, completely immersed in you, like someone who's fallen into a deep lake and cannot pull themselves free. Even if you don't yet see this clearly on the surface, know that soon, they will begin to reveal it. Slowly but surely, they will start to open up and express the feelings they've kept hidden for so long. So how will they begin to open up? The card reveals that the key theme is joy. They will approach you in a way that feels lighthearted and easy. It may not come in the form of a direct confession or a grand romantic gesture. Instead, They'll draw closer through positive, friendly, and warm energy. The kind of interaction that resembles a close friendship, yet beneath that cheerful exterior runs a deep emotional current. Although their feelings for you are strong and sincere, they choose to express them through joy and playfulness. This pretense of casual ease isn't because they lack seriousness, but because they're not yet ready to expose the depth of their love. They may still be guarding their pride or afraid of being hurt if too much is revealed. So, in the near future, you may notice them moving closer, but in the role of a dear friend, someone who brings laughter, comfort, and a steady presence. Don't be misled by that surface-level lightness. Beneath it, they have already placed you in a very special, even irreplaceable, part of their heart. This person will not come to you in the obvious way of someone head over heels in love, or at least, not on the outside. They may show up with a kind of "I'm not taking this too seriously" attitude, but the reality is very different. The message of joy in the card reveals that they genuinely want to make you smile. They want you to feel happy and at ease when you're around them. Alongside this, other cards like possessiveness have appeared, showing that they truly don't want to let you go. You might not immediately see this desire, because their way of expressing it isn't through traditional romance. Instead, it comes through their actions, the ones that make you laugh, feel seen, and feel cared for, in the steady, quiet way of someone who always stays close. They have a very clear desire to serve, to bring you joy, to do something meaningful for you. But the way they express this isn't through intense, seductive love. Rather, it's in the style of a humorous, approachable friend, someone who lightens the mood, makes you laugh, and dissolves tension. To paint a clearer picture, their energy is similar to that of a comedian, always trying to make you smile, to create an easy, cheerful atmosphere. Instead of displaying mature, romantic affection or seductive gestures, they choose to delight you, to make you feel adored and cherished, in a way that's heartfelt and genuine. That doesn't mean they're not serious or lack emotional depth. On the contrary, the reveal card has appeared, a symbol of emotional unmasking, indicating that they are gradually beginning to open up. Slowly, they are preparing to share the feelings they've long kept hidden. And that's the deeper meaning here. They want to shed the image of the snake, to let go of their defenses, their fears, and the darker spaces within their heart, in order to come toward you with authenticity. They are trying to release their caution, their guardedness, and instead show up as their truest, most natural self. No more concealment, no more evasion, just honest emotion, expressed in a gentle and joyful way. And it's you who makes them want to do that. Exactly. At that moment, if we interpret the message through the combination of cards, it's clear that this person is not approaching with the energy of the snake, but rather with a genuine intention to bring you joy, to make you laugh, to uplift your spirit. There's a sense that they are coming toward you with a positive mindset, not flippant, not superficial, but sincerely wanting to connect through warmth and lightness. The appearance of the flower and the cloud cards reinforces this. These symbols suggest that their return or approach is guided by seriousness and a deep respect for your emotions. They're not coming to play games, they're coming with heart. It also feels as if they are swallowing the bird, a symbolic image of seizing something precious, capturing an insight, or experiencing a profound shift internally. There is a sense that something is changing within them. The energy of the snake is beginning to dissolve, so I pulled one more card to clarify. And the ring appeared, a powerful symbol of union. This reveals that within this person, their emotions for you are coming into alignment. Their love for you has always been intense, deep, and consuming, but now, something even more significant is taking place: the integration of their light and shadow. The shadow represents their darker emotions, their obsession, their possessiveness, the overwhelming pull they feel toward you. The light represents their tenderness, admiration, and sincere desire to be close. Now, these opposing forces, the light and the dark, are beginning to harmonize, allowing them to become more authentic, more open, and more expressive. Rather than letting their emotions remain divided or conflicted, everything is now merging into one, forming a clear and radiant source of motivation. And it is from this unified energy that they will come closer to you. There's a very clear sense that two emotional currents within this person: on one hand, the desire to live authentically and express their feelings freely, and on the other, a deep, intense attachment that borders on obsession, are gradually merging into one. The transformation taking place within them is this: They are beginning to want to live more truthfully, to be honest about what they feel. At the same time, the desire to bring you joy, to make you happy, is growing stronger with each passing day. And importantly, they are not approaching you from a place of negativity, manipulation, or secrecy, no longer embodying the energy of the snake, but rather from a place of positivity, clarity, and genuine respect for you. The truth is, those obsessive, overly dependent feelings, the jealousy, the emotional overwhelm, the fear of losing you, are not emotions they particularly enjoy. There may have been times when they felt envious of you or sensed that the differences between you, in personality, in how you live your lives, were too great. They may have even felt inadequate in some way or viewed others around you as rivals, and those feelings made them uncomfortable. The point is, they don't like being emotionally shaken or thrown off balance. They don't want to be consumed by jealousy, anxiety, or insecurity. In the past, this person tried hard to suppress those darker snake-like feelings to keep them hidden. But because their emotions for you are so powerful, they eventually found it impossible to hold it all in. And now, instead of continuing to wrestle with themselves, they've arrived at a conclusion. Why not live honestly with my emotions? Why not choose to express love in a more natural and positive way? That is why this person is now moving toward you in a new state of being truthful, open-hearted, and sincerely wanting to bring you happiness from a place of inner growth and emotional clarity. In this romantic connection, it seems this person has begun to think, what if I just live honestly with my feelings? What if I simply express myself more sincerely to you? Would that really be so bad? They're realizing that if they can just be more open, everything might start to feel lighter. And so they come toward you with a sense of ease and joy, carrying the desire to truly experience love and emotion, rather than being weighed down by it as they once were. It feels as though they are approaching with positive energy, not as someone who overcomplicates things, but as someone who now wishes to enjoy the happiness that a relationship can bring. Now, looking at the card that represents the future, Justice in reverse, I drew another card for clarity, and the result was the Nine of Pentacles. This is a beautiful card. When Justice appears reversed alongside the Nine of Pentacles, it suggests that, in their eyes, you are becoming an ideal figure, someone they admire deeply and long to reach. The Nine of Pentacles often symbolizes a rare and precious flower, someone with unique grace, value, and a captivating presence that isn't easily attained. Alongside this is the Two of Wands, which further confirms that you're continuing to shine brighter, becoming more and more radiant, drawing them in even deeper. They are the one who's pursuing you now, the one who wants to close the distance between you. The appearance of Justice in reverse shows that this relationship may not immediately arrive at a clear turning point, such as an official reunion or the start of a defined relationship. There may still be small gaps, misunderstandings, or emotional distance between the two of you. But that isn't a negative thing. On the contrary, it's a meaningful distance, serving as a transitional space for both of you to reflect. A time where you continue to blossom, and they grow increasingly determined to come closer to you. In their eyes, you are the one who holds the higher ground, the radiant center they can't stop watching. And, because of this, they want to give their all to care for you, to bring you happiness. The initiative, the choice, rests with you, while they simply want to offer, to pursue, to devote themselves fully. There's a sense that they are watching you from a certain distance, not entirely withdrawn, but not fully stepping forward either. As a result, instead of this relationship reaching a clear conclusion, whether it be coming together officially or parting ways for good, it seems the current state will continue for a while longer. As for you, your energy is becoming more radiant with each passing day, both internally and outwardly. There's a growing sense of depth, of refinement, of personal evolution. You're becoming more magnetic, more complete, and they see that. They sense the maturity and the light within you, but for now, they remain quietly watching from behind the scenes. However, the appearance of the Garden card is a very positive sign. It shows that this connection is not broken, not fading away. On the contrary, there's a clear possibility of frequent encounters and continued interaction. It's as though the frequency of your meetings or conversations is increasing. There may not be a defined label on the relationship, but the bond is very much alive. In this reading, the Garden and the Nine of Pentacles represent you, indicating that your world is expanding. You're meeting new people, growing your network, and your life is becoming fuller, richer, and more vibrant. Meanwhile, they are symbolized by the Anchor and the Two of Wands, carrying the energy of persistence, observation, and contemplation. They are not rushing forward, but within them, the emotions are growing heavier, quietly building up over time. Because you are becoming more radiant and attracting more opportunities, this person is gradually taking on the mindset of someone watching from afar, admiring and cherishing you at a distance. This relationship has made them see you as an ideal, someone who feels both familiar and yet just out of reach. And that sense of longing only deepens their emotions even more. It's true that their feelings are growing heavier and more intense, but that doesn't necessarily mean they're ready to take decisive action or move forward boldly. Even if they do take steps toward you, the energy is still more in the realm of friendship, a gentle, non-invasive approach. It's not grand romantic gestures, but rather subtle, careful movements. Though the snake-like phase, where their emotions were dominated by possessiveness and obsession, had quieted down for a while, that energy now seems to be rising again. It's beginning to stir once more. They are still watching you from a distance, not yet ready to come closer in a clear or direct way. Now, let's take a look at the current state between you two. When I pulled cards for your present energy, one particular card came as a surprise. It carried the energy of rapid development, a symbol of sudden acceleration. This suggests that even if things appear calm on the surface, the connection between you is shifting quickly beneath it all. You, on the other hand, seem to be focusing on other aspects of your life, perhaps work, personal interests, or new plans. Some of you may even be meeting new people. And more than anything, there's a strong sense that you're giving more time and attention to yourself right now. Even so, it's clear that you still carry this person in your heart. The feelings remain, even though you're currently busy and have many things demanding your attention. The appearance of this card also indicates that the frequency of your encounters may be increasing. On their side, however, there is a heavy emotional weight, something they're silently bearing. Their gaze is cast downward, reflecting a lack of confidence. They may feel unworthy or uncertain about how to approach you. And because of that, they quietly wish, "Could you please look my way just a little more?" When I drew a card to explore your current emotions, the cross appeared. This card suggests that you're also carrying a burden, perhaps a sense of sacrifice, quiet endurance, or emotional heaviness from unresolved matters. As for them, the bird's card surfaced, a symbol of longing for connection, conversation, and closeness. This person deeply desires to come closer, to understand you more, and to bring the relationship into a warmer, more familiar space. There's a yearning within them to communicate, to share more, but their self-doubt still holds them back. They truly want to talk with you more, to bridge the distance, and their desire for closeness is steadily growing. Meanwhile, you are under the energy of the cross, signaling that you may feel emotionally burdened, and perhaps think that for the two of you to move forward or truly be together would be a difficult path. To understand why you feel this way, another card was drawn, the Tower. This card speaks of distance, not only in terms of time or circumstances, but also emotionally. You may be sensing a deep gap between the two of you, or perhaps feeling isolated within your own emotions, unable to fully connect with them at this moment. The repeated appearance of the bird's card once again emphasizes that this person genuinely wants to draw closer to you. At the same time, it may also be a sign that you are currently overwhelmed, caught up in multiple relationships, responsibilities, and tasks, making it difficult for you to dedicate your time or emotional energy to love. While they are increasingly yearning for connection, you seem to be swept up in other concerns. There is a clear emotional misalignment between the two of you. They appear to be chasing after something more, seeking closeness, attention, and a stronger emotional bond. It even feels as though they are slowly becoming consumed by their feelings for you, an almost obsessive immersion, echoing the image of the snake resurfacing once again. Their desire to possess you, their longing to be by your side, is growing stronger. As for you, it's not that you're indifferent or rejecting them. Rather, you carry a sense of guilt, an awareness that you can't fully devote yourself to them right now. It's as if you're silently whispering, "I'm sorry, I'm busy at the moment. Could we set this aside for now?" And that thought leaves a subtle ache in your heart. The recurring presence of the bird's card underscores yet again that your current focus is not on love, but on something else, perhaps your career, personal goals, or a phase of inner growth. While they are becoming more emotionally invested, you are taking a step back to concentrate on other aspects of your life. This contrast creates a delicate, emotionally charged dynamic, one that feels fragile, yet deeply meaningful. Although there is a quiet sense of guilt in your heart for not being able to give your full time and attention to this person right now, you are also deeply aware of the need to focus on yourself, on your work, your personal goals, and the priorities you've set for your life. That's why you tend to say, "I'm busy right now. Let's set love aside for a while," even though deep down, you still care about them very much. What truly matters here is that the feelings between the two of you are still very much alive. Both of you still think about each other, still carry affection in your hearts. In reality, you're not falling out of love, you're simply experiencing a phase where your emotional rhythms are temporarily out of sync. I drew an additional card to gain insight into the possible direction of this connection, or any advice for you, especially in light of the fact that their emotions seem to be intensifying. And what stood out strongly was the appearance of the Man card, symbolizing the person you're asking about. This is a direct representation of them in the reading and carries a powerful message: I won't let you go. The energy this card conveys is one of resolve and commitment, as if they are determined to hold on to you no matter what happens. Their feelings for you will only grow stronger. If you try to step back, they will move closer. If you are preoccupied with other areas of your life, they will make even greater efforts to express their emotions and make sure they are not left behind. They will not remain passive, they will become increasingly active in showing you how they feel. Moreover, the appearance of the Tree card, a symbol of stability, endurance, and long-lasting connection, clearly indicates that this person is not going anywhere. They have already taken root in your heart, and no matter how busy you become, this relationship will not fade easily. The tree also represents growth over time, suggesting that these feelings are not fleeting, but rather something deep, resilient, and meant to endure. In short, even as you remain focused on your personal journey, this person will continue to be present, quietly, yet steadfastly, unwavering in their devotion. This connection will naturally continue to exist and evolve at its own rhythm, not easily severed or diminished. In fact, the current imagery is strikingly clear. They have rooted themselves deeply in this relationship. They're not just by your side in a casual way. They've anchored themselves, unwilling and unable to walk away. Even if your mind is preoccupied with other matters, even if your attention is turned outward, they have no intention of leaving. On the contrary, their emotions are only growing deeper and more intense. When I pulled a card to explore the timing of how this might unfold, a card with very swift energy appeared, signaling a rapid shift, suggesting that developments are coming very soon. When asking for a more specific timeframe, the appearance of cards such as the Ten of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles subtly implied that significant changes or clarity may arrive within the next 10 days. Of course, this timeframe is merely a reference. If you're someone who doesn't like to be bound by specific timing, then simply view it as a gentle suggestion. What's clear, however, is that the energy from the cards indicates this person will make a move toward you, and their feelings for you will become increasingly clear and intense. As for how they might approach you during this period, at first, their actions may still carry the tone of friendship, gentle, careful, and somewhat reserved. But gradually, the emotional tone will become more apparent. Their gestures will begin to carry more warmth and tenderness, shifting from simple friendliness into something more loving. At this point, when I drew additional cards to look deeper into their emotions, the Birds card appeared once again, emphasizing their growing desire to connect, to talk, to be close to you. Though this card has already shown up earlier in the reading, this time it carries an added layer of urgency and anticipation, a strong yearning for deeper conversations and more intimate interaction. Their feelings are not fading. Instead, they are growing stronger with time. And they are beginning to express this more clearly through affectionate and emotionally charged gestures. Their emotions are undoubtedly intense, but they're also reminiscent of the energy of the Temperance card. In other words, even as their heart overflows with affection, they choose to regulate and moderate their expression. The repeated appearance of the Birds card serves as confirmation. They want to approach you gently, through meaningful conversations and sincere connection, expressing more of a close friendship than overt romance. They want to talk with you, to be near you, to spend time by your side, but they refrain from showing their romantic feelings too directly. Instead, they choose a subtle and respectful approach. You may perceive them as simply a warm, caring friend, but beneath that exterior lies a deeply heartfelt affection. What leaves me wondering is this: if their feelings have grown so deep, why haven't they expressed themselves more clearly in a romantic way? To find the answer, I drew another card, and the House card appeared. This suggests that the person is feeling shy, hesitant, and perhaps even a bit embarrassed. They don't want their true emotions to be seen. It's likely that they've always been someone who keeps their inner world private, someone who isn't used to expressing affection openly. Moreover, as indicated in earlier parts of the reading, the energy of the snake, a state of emotional entanglement, dependency, and possessiveness, is something this person actively dislikes. They don't like the feeling of being emotionally dependent on someone, or of letting themselves fall too deeply into a relationship. And yet, that is exactly the state they find themselves in now, filled with feelings for you, thinking about you constantly. Despite this, they try their best to hide it, to ensure that neither you nor anyone else can see what's truly going on inside. They may even say things like, "I'm not the kind of person who falls in love easily," or "romantic stuff isn't really on my mind," but deep down, you are the one person who has stirred their heart so powerfully. In truth, they are locking their feelings away with a strong inner resolve, not to let anything slip. They want to protect their pride, to maintain a composed exterior, even though beneath that calm surface is an ocean of emotions. And that's why, even when they come closer, even when they long for connection, they still choose to act as if nothing is happening, keeping their approach light, subtle, and almost casual. This is their way of trying not to fall in too deep, though in reality, they are already in far deeper than they would ever admit. However, when I pulled a card to ask how you should respond to this person, especially in the case that their emotions become even more intense, the very card that represents them appeared once again. This is a powerful indication that their feelings for you are truly deep and undeniable. Their presence in your life, and their longing to grow closer, is something they can no longer suppress. They think of you constantly and regard you as someone incredibly important to their heart. On your side, the cards also suggest that in the near future, you will become even more occupied with your work, your personal development, and your own path. Yet, the encouraging message here is this: despite your increasing busyness, the bond between the two of you will not weaken. It won't fade or break, it will continue to endure, quietly and steadily. From the beginning of this reading, there have been signs that this person struggles to express their emotions openly. But you, too, are not someone who easily shows your heart. Both of you are individuals who connect on a deeper level, where words are not always necessary, and yet the emotional resonance is undeniable. Over time, you will begin to realize that even if they don't say much, the love they feel for you runs far deeper than you ever imagined. Some of you may start to notice this when they begin to share more about themselves. They may open up about their life, their thoughts, and even offer small, endearing moments of showing off, not in a shallow way, but as a sign that they are beginning to let you in. This will draw you closer together, creating a stronger sense of intimacy and a bond that continues to deepen with time. Still, this person seems to be the kind who isn't comfortable with overt displays of romantic affection. They may feel awkward in sweet, emotionally charged moments, or struggle to express love in the traditional, storybook way. But that doesn't mean they don't love you. On the contrary, their feelings are profoundly deep. It's simply that they're not used to, nor entirely at ease with, expressing love in ways that are overly sentimental or dramatic. Even if this person may sometimes seem a little awkward or unsure when interacting with you in a more intimate way, please understand this: within them lies a love that is real and immense. It's simply that they're not yet used to revealing it outwardly. With that, I will gently close the reading for those of you who chose Pile 1. If anything in this reading stirred your heart, even just a little, I invite you to leave a comment, even a small symbol, to let me know that the message has truly reached you. I deeply cherish and look forward to hearing your thoughts, because your reflections are what make this journey so meaningful. Don't forget to like and subscribe to support the channel. Your presence and encouragement are a precious gift, an emotional anchor that inspires me to continue bringing heartfelt, soulful readings that truly touch the heart. May you always have the peace to hear the call of your inner voice and the courage to move toward what is truly meant for you. I look forward to seeing you in the next reading. Hello to those of you who chose Pile 2. Thank you for waiting. Now I'll begin the reading for your group. I hope this message brings you healing, new insights, and moments filled with warmth and love. The main theme of this reading is: their true feelings, and the emotions they're hiding deep inside. When I pulled cards to explore the genuine emotions this person is keeping within, the Temperance card appeared right away. This reinforces the message that they are actively trying to maintain inner balance, especially in the way they manage their feelings for you. The outcome card is the Knight of Pentacles, representing a steady, grounded, and serious energy. This is not a love that burns bright and fast. It's a quiet, enduring kind of affection, marked by long-term commitment and persistence. However, going deeper into their emotional layers, the reversed Five of Wands appeared, alongside the Tower. This combination suggests that this person is currently undergoing a significant inner upheaval. Recently, something may have happened, something powerful enough to shake them deeply, altering the way they view a particular situation. It may be related to their feelings for you, or to the connection itself. Whatever it was, it came suddenly, like a bolt from the blue, and disrupted beliefs they once held onto with certainty. What's fascinating is that even after such a major emotional shock, they still approach you with the energy of the Knight of Pentacles, meaning they remain steady, loyal, and serious in their feelings. Whatever it was that hurt them, confused them, or shifted their worldview, you are still the person they want to move toward slowly, perhaps, but with unwavering intention. Here, there is a clear contrast between their turbulent inner world and the calm, patient exterior they present. This shows just how much effort they are putting into not letting their emotions drive their actions. They are working hard to stay grounded and composed during a time when their heart is being deeply stirred. And you are the one they are moving toward, with certainty and sincerity. Some of you watching this reading may not be fully aware of what this person has been going through. You might not realize that they've recently faced something shocking or difficult. It seems their emotional shift has gone unnoticed by you, and this could be why you've been feeling confused or caught off guard. The reason you haven't seen it is because they don't want you to worry. This is someone who lives with integrity and maturity, qualities strongly reflected in the Knight of Pentacles. They want things to settle before they bring it to you. For them, causing others to be anxious or burdened on their behalf feels unnecessary, so they choose silence during their difficult moments. However, a hopeful sign has emerged. The Three of Cups appears in the future position. This card speaks of joy, emotional sharing, and happy moments born from meaningful conversation and heartfelt connection. It suggests that although there may be emotional or physical distance between you now, in the near future, you and this person will have a chance to talk more, to open up, and to enjoy comforting, uplifting moments together. As for you, the reverse Five of Wands appears in your position, indicating that you may be feeling confused, emotionally drained, or lacking motivation. This could stem from not fully understanding where the relationship currently stands, being unsure of the other person's feelings, or simply because you yourself are in a low-energy state. You may be feeling stuck, uncertain whether to continue hoping or to begin letting go. It's also possible that you're watching this reading with someone in mind whom you haven't seen in a long time, or someone who currently feels distant from you, both physically and emotionally. Perhaps it's a person whose current life you know little about, and that lack of clarity is what leaves you feeling disconnected and unable to grasp their true emotions. Within the reading, the Letter card also appeared, a clear message that communication is on the horizon. There will be a message, a note, a form of exchange coming from this person soon. Even if they've been silent, even if you've had no idea what's been going on, the energy in the cards shows that unspoken thoughts and emotions will soon be expressed. This is a positive sign, affirming that the connection between you two remains intact and that the door to deeper understanding is still open. You may be feeling exhausted right now, not only emotionally, but also due to the pressures of relationships or troubling information you've received. It seems that certain words, news, or actions from others may have hurt you, leaving you drained both physically and emotionally. You might have just gone through a period where you were swept up in noise and chaos, perhaps gossip, competition in your social environment, or the feeling that your personal space was being intruded upon. All you long for now is to retreat to a quiet, peaceful place. You may not even want to think about love or relationships at the moment, not because you're rejecting love, but simply because you're exhausted. You just want rest, to regain a sense of safety and calm within yourself. When I pulled more cards to clarify your current emotional state, the card representing you appeared, alongside the Scythe. This highlights a strong desire to temporarily cut yourself off from distractions. You don't want to deal with too many people, too many conversations, or the external pressures weighing on you. You just want to let everything go for a while and allow yourself to breathe. However, the letter card, which symbolizes communication, messages, or the arrival of information, has also appeared, suggesting that someone or something has recently reached out to you. And this has stirred your emotions. You may be feeling confused or unsure of how to respond. When I pulled a clarifying card, the whip appeared, an energy associated with tension, conflict, or words that can wound. This implies that the message you received or the recent interactions you've had may have unintentionally hurt you, made you uncomfortable, or dragged you into something negative. It's possible that someone is saying things that disturb your peace or leave you feeling disoriented, like all you want is quiet, yet they keep bringing chaos into your space. Your surroundings may currently lack the sense of safety and calm that you're craving, pushing you to want to withdraw entirely just to find rest. When I asked whether the situation, especially regarding your relationships, would soon settle, the reversed Six of Cups appeared. This points to old issues resurfacing. Memories or people from the past may be re-entering your life, pulling you back into emotional patterns or situations you had hoped to leave behind. However, because this card is rooted in the past, it also carries a message. In order to move forward, you must make a clear break from outdated emotions, from people or memories that no longer serve your inner peace. The message here is clear. If you're feeling overwhelmed, give yourself permission to step back. Resting is not the same as running away. It is a powerful way to recover and reclaim your clarity. You deserve to be in a healthy environment where those who truly care for you don't add to your exhaustion, and only what is truly worthy remains in your life. The reverse Six of Cups doesn't necessarily represent complete emotional resolution. Instead, it seems to suggest that you're still yearning for something, perhaps clarity, respect, or a truly sacred space to call your own. Following that, the Seven of Wands appeared, indicating that, in reality, you're in a strong position. You hold the advantage, and you have the ability to remain in control of the situation. Even though recent days may have brought fatigue or emotional disturbances, the cards show that you won't have to endure further harm or repeat any negative cycles. On the contrary, you're now standing on higher ground, both emotionally and in terms of awareness, and you're fully capable of moving forward with strength and intention. There's a sense that you're observing things from a distance, choosing to maintain a safe space between yourself and the chaos around you. The reverse Six of Cups can also reflect a delay or pause in emotional development, or a conscious step back from something that once carried a youthful, immature energy, perhaps so you can redefine what your emotions truly mean on a deeper level. The Seven of Wands shows that your footing is firm. You may be choosing not to engage in turbulent dynamics, refusing to be drawn into emotionally unhealthy patterns. It's possible that some of the people around you are acting in immature or reactive ways, and this has made you realize the need to step back, to observe rather than participate. You are standing your ground, maintaining your energy and not allowing others to influence you too deeply. And if you're beginning to feel that the current state, this distance, the fatigue, the disconnection from others, is becoming too much to bear, know that it's completely understandable. Now, I'll draw cards to explore whether the situation, the emotional distance you're keeping from those around you, or the way you've been caught in unhealthy energies, will shift, whether change is on the horizon, and whether you'll be able to find true peace for yourself in the near future. The reverse Six of Swords appeared, delivering the message that you will gradually stop being emotionally preoccupied with your current situation. Not because the issue will be fully resolved, but because other matters will begin to take your focus, more responsibilities, new paths, and things that require your attention. The Eight of Wands also appeared, indicating that the pace of life around you is about to pick up. Things will move faster, events will come one after another, and as a result, you simply won't have the time or the emotional capacity to be affected by what once drained you. As for the people around you, including the person you're thinking about, the cards do not show any significant change from their side. They may remain the same, and the external situation may continue as it is. But the crucial point is this: you won't be as emotionally entangled as before. Because by then, you'll have entered a new flow, where you are fully engaged with your own life, no longer swept up in unnecessary distractions. Right now, you may be in a state of emotional exhaustion, in need of deep rest and stillness to recover. And when I asked whether your current state has anything to do with the person you're thinking of, the answer is, Quite possibly, yes. The early appearance of the Tower card already hinted at a powerful upheaval and emotional earthquake. And when the Devil card appeared in reverse, it further clarified the possibility that this person may have contributed to your current exhaustion, or even left you feeling trapped in a heavy emotional state. There may have been conflict between the two of you, or they may have unintentionally hurt you, prompting you to step back and create distance in order to protect yourself. However, the Devil in reverse is actually a very positive sign. It shows that emotional entanglements, manipulative dynamics, or anything that once held you in a state of restriction is now beginning to release its grip. Not only are you slowly emerging from that shadow, but the other person, if they too have been feeling drained or overwhelmed, will also begin to regain their balance. In essence, what's unfolding now calls for you to detach from emotional heaviness, and the good news is, you are already on that path. The pace of life is about to quicken, drawing you forward. You will become busier, more proactive, and little by little, the things that once weighed you down will no longer affect you. Everything is moving toward a softer, safer space for your heart. If you've been surrounded by people who drain your energy or pull you into negativity, the message from the cards is clear. Those influences will soon lose their hold over you. You'll find yourself caring less and less about what no longer serves you. The noise will fade and peace will return. So allow yourself to feel reassured. These outer pressures will eventually pass. As for the person you're thinking about, it seems they too are in an unpleasant or stressful situation. The presence of the Devil card suggests they're caught in something tense, toxic, or emotionally burdensome. To better understand why the Tower, a symbol of major disruption, showed up on their side, I pulled an additional card. The Scythe appeared, a powerful sign of wounding, conflict, or something suddenly and painfully cut off. The Scythe card is often associated with conflict, severance, or situations that force one to confront change. When paired with the Tower, it suggests that this person may be facing a significant rupture in their relationships, perhaps a conflict at work, tension with a family member, or harsh criticism from someone that has shaken their emotional stability. The Tower appearing twice only amplifies the gravity of their situation. It's possible they're experiencing a collapse in personal beliefs, a deep questioning of their self-worth, or are under pressure from someone who is undermining or criticizing them. The Page of Swords in reverse also appeared, indicating they're feeling extremely guarded, cautious, and unwilling to act impulsively. They're keeping their distance, observing, and not easily letting their guard down. Whatever is happening around them requires them to be very careful. All signs point to the fact that this person is going through a relational or emotional crisis. So why haven't they shared any of this with you? The answer remains the same. They don't want you to worry. They are trying to maintain an image of calm and stability in front of you, just like the energy of the Knight of Pentacles, slow-moving, steady, and dependable. They don't want to drag you into their chaos, because even in silence, they're trying to protect you. And finally, with the appearance of the Fox card as the outcome, it shows that this person is watching carefully, thinking strategically, and waiting for the right moment to reveal what they've been holding in. They're not someone who easily exposes their emotions, especially when they're in a vulnerable state. That's why they're choosing to wait, waiting until things settle, until they feel secure enough to open up. In the end, both you and this person are in a period that calls for healing. They may not be expressing it openly, but their silence is an act of care, an effort to preserve your peace. And though they may appear distant, beneath it all, they are quietly watching over you and holding you in a place of deep regard. This person seems to be waiting for the right moment. And yes, it's because they genuinely value your feelings. Their care for you runs deep, and out of love, they don't want to burden you with worry, that much is clear. Now, let's continue to listen to what they're feeling for you. Once again, a card representing stability and inner peace has appeared. It's a deeply grounding energy, suggesting that when they're with you, they feel relaxed, at ease, and truly themselves. They trust you. They feel safe around you. You are someone they see as dependable, a place of quiet refuge they can always return to. And then, another card revealed that their heart feels healed in your presence. Indeed, the energy of peace and calm has shown up once more. They see in you a deeply mature kind of beauty, an emotional grace, a quiet strength, a sense of calm wisdom that not everyone possesses. With you, they feel their soul soften, their burdens lighten, as if they are gently being soothed. All of this makes them treasure your presence in their life immensely. Next, I looked into your own feelings toward this person. What comes through very clearly is this: you love this person deeply, truly, profoundly. Yet alongside that love, there's also a flicker of anger or disappointment lingering within you. A card with the image of a blazing fire appeared, symbolizing moments of irritation or frustration that you felt toward them. And it's not just a fleeting emotion, there's a genuine sense of hurt or emotional discomfort caused by something they did. Perhaps you feel misunderstood, or perhaps they've acted in a way that left you uneasy. Some of you may feel troubled by their lack of clarity or the emotional tension their behavior creates. Overall, it's clear that you have deep feelings for this person, but you've also been hurt by them, or at least confused by their inconsistency. And that's completely natural. When you love someone deeply, you're more vulnerable to being hurt. That sensitivity is a reflection of how much you care. You may have found yourself wondering, why do they always act this way? Why do they behave like that? These questions seem to loop in your mind, adding to your emotional exhaustion. Perhaps you feel you've been pulled into thoughts about them too often, to the point where it creates pressure and stress. And yet, because you truly value this relationship, the anger you feel stems from that very importance. The frustration is born out of care. It's a very human, heartfelt response. When I pulled further cards, one appeared that represents emotional disruption and blocked energy. This shows that within you, there's not just anger, but also a sense of helplessness, even weariness and discouragement. It's as if you've placed a great deal of hope in this person, but in return, you've received little clarity or effort from them, leaving you feeling disappointed and emotionally drained. The Fire card has appeared once again, further affirming that your heart still holds a deep love for this person. But it is precisely because you love so much that you're more vulnerable to being hurt, more prone to anger, and more susceptible to disappointment. There's another layer to this. Beyond the frustration, there seems to be a quiet sense of surrender within you, as if you've reached a point where you simply don't know what to do anymore and you're thinking, maybe it's time to let it go. In the past, there may have been moments of misalignment between the two of you, situations that left you feeling lost or unsure of where things were going. You may have sensed a disconnect, a lack of harmony, which led you to question, is it still worth holding on to? Some of you may be actively trying not to think about this person anymore, not because the love has faded, but because every time you do think of them, it only brings more worry and emotional unrest. Meanwhile, this person continues to hold sincere feelings of respect and care for you. To them, you are someone dependable, someone precious, someone they genuinely value. But the truth is, you may no longer have the emotional energy to receive that. It's not that you don't want to, it's that you're simply too tired, worn out from the weight of your own feelings. And yet, a card appearing in the future position offers a gentle but powerful note of hope. It carries the image of reunion, of reconnection, of two people finding their way back to warmth and harmony. So even if misunderstandings, emotional misalignment, or heaviness dominate the present, the message is clear. There is still a real possibility for healing, reconciliation, and building something meaningful together again. Let's continue expanding to better understand the positive energy that is emerging. The reverse Two of Pentacles indicates that the current uncertainty and lack of clarity between you two will gradually come to an end. What has felt ambiguous will begin to give way to more transparency and emotional clarity. Additionally, some of you may find balance and healing through connecting with new communities or friendships. Relationships outside of this dynamic will play a supportive role in helping you stabilize emotionally and regain your sense of peace. That said, when looking into the potential future of this connection, the Heart card appeared, revealing that there is still a clear and genuine love between the two of you. It speaks of affection, mutual appreciation, and a sense of ease and warmth in your interactions. The Bouquet card also showed up, a symbol of gratitude, joy, and gentle care for one another. These cards strongly suggest that in the near future, there will be an opportunity for the two of you to reconnect in a setting filled with respect, emotional openness, and sincere affection. Even though right now you may be caught in a mixture of frustration and resignation toward this person, the current of the future reveals something different, that there are still many chances for reconciliation and healing between you. So, what allows that to happen? What helps you move from emotional fatigue and disconnection into closeness and shared joy once again? The answer lies in two cards, the reverse Six of Pentacles and the Two of Pentacles, both pointing toward the theme of restoring balance. In their upright positions, these cards often speak of kindness, but in a general, non-specific way. This could reflect how the person you're thinking of may have treated everyone well, making you feel like you weren't special, like there was no clear sense of priority. However, when these cards appear reversed, they tell a different story. This person is about to start acting differently. Their attention will become more focused, more personal. They will begin to show care and affection specifically for you, in a way that stands apart from how they treat others. You will no longer be left in ambiguity. Instead, they'll begin to express their feelings in a more direct, decisive way. They'll turn toward you, and only you, allowing you to finally feel safe, chosen, and deeply valued in their heart. Because of this shift, you will begin to experience the sense of reassurance you've been longing for. And from there, the two of you can move into a clearer, deeper, and more peaceful connection. Just a little more patience, and then, the Star card appeared, a truly beautiful sign. This card reveals that they will come forward with sincerity and pure-hearted emotion. They won't hide anymore. They'll express their feelings openly and honestly, as if to affirm that their thoughts about you come from a place of deep emotion and genuine purity. However, in the advice position, the Page of Wands in reverse appeared, carrying a message worth considering. It suggests that your relationship may have experienced moments of tension or emotional misalignment, much of which may stem from differences in communication style or core values. There may have been misunderstandings, words left unsaid, or things said at the wrong time or in the wrong way, leading to unnecessary hurt. This card is a gentle reminder. Healing also comes from learning to communicate more clearly, more patiently, and with mutual understanding. This card is also a symbol of the messenger, indicating that the key issue may lie in communication, in not truly understanding one another, or in the choice of words that haven't quite resonated. However, the message here is clear. From this point forward, you and this person are entering a phase where those misalignments can be adjusted, a phase of genuine listening and honest expression. Words are often difficult, because even if you express 10 parts of what you feel, the other person might only grasp 6. Everyone carries their own preconceptions, their own values, and so even when using the same words, the meaning received may be entirely different. It's likely that misunderstandings of this kind have existed between you two, and now is the time to realign, to learn how to truly understand each other on a deeper level. This message also reveals that the lack of understanding between you hasn't stemmed from a lack of love, but simply from the natural differences between two individuals. At this moment, both of you are in the process of recalibrating, adjusting your values and perspectives to move closer together, with gentleness and sincerity. And finally, when a card was drawn from the Romance Angels deck, a beautiful message appeared. This person has always been by your side. A tender affirmation that, despite moments of miscommunication, misunderstandings, or emotional distance, they are still here, holding on with sincere affection and wishing to reconnect with you, heart to heart. I felt there was still something that needed to be said, so I continued to draw more cards, and unexpectedly, a deeply powerful card emerged. The imagery on this card clearly expresses an intense physical and emotional closeness, this person reaching out to you, and you responding with joy and happiness. It carries a message that even if you're currently upset with each other, keeping your distance, or have temporarily drifted apart, there will soon be a moment of initiative, a chance to come back together, to reconcile and reconnect through warmth and sincerity. For those of you who aren't currently experiencing conflict or separation, the message shifts slightly. Your person may be going through some challenges, possibly involving their social relationships or inner transformations around personal values. They are in the midst of a reflective phase, reorganizing their life, reassessing connections, and reevaluating themselves. And once they've regained that inner balance, they will come to you, with greater clarity and stronger intention in their heart. The Knight of Pentacles appeared, a symbol of someone who moves slowly and steadily, never rushing, but always grounded and reliable. This is not a person of haste, but someone who brings their heart fully with them. They will express their emotions and show genuine appreciation for you. Alongside the earlier cards featuring hearts and bouquets, there is a clear affirmation. This person truly loves you, sees you as someone important, and wishes to be by your side, to open up and share what's in their heart. There's also something quietly comforting here. It seems this person has always been silently watching over you, staying close in a discreet way. They carry a deep desire to support you, to help when needed, to simply see you doing well, even if they don't always say it out loud. The energy they send is filled with a love that is silent, but deeply sincere and profound. So, when will all of this begin to unfold? The appearance of the Seven of Wands suggests a time frame around July, roughly a month from now. While the pace set by the Knight of Pentacles is naturally slow and deliberate, it doesn't mean that things are too far off. Everything is quietly being prepared behind the scenes, and the current energy points toward a positive progression. To gain more clarity on the specific timing, I drew another card from the Oracle deck, and here it is. The number 40 appeared. Immediately after that came the number 20. This dual appearance reinforces the idea that the timeline in question falls within the next month, likely in July. Right now, as we approach the end of May, it makes perfect sense that July would mark the beginning of significant changes, as indicated by the cards. However, even though the result might be just a month away, I sense a subtle delay, something causing this process to take longer than it truly needs to. You may feel the same, that you've already waited too long, and even if it happens next month, it still feels like an agonizing wait. The truth is, while the objective time frame might only be about a month, emotionally it feels much longer. That's because you've been patient for so long, carrying the weight of waiting, that even one more moment of delay feels overwhelming. The slowness here is not just about time, but about the weariness that comes with prolonged anticipation. At this point, I drew one more card, and it was the Four of Pentacles. This card often speaks of holding on tightly, whether to a fixed belief, a lingering emotion, or an aspect of ego that hasn't yet been released. It suggests that someone in this connection, either you or the other person, is clinging to something, possibly out of fear, habit, or a sense of needing control. And that clinging may be what's subtly delaying the progress. It's not that this person doesn't want to move toward you. After all, the Knight of Pentacles already revealed their sincerity and intention. But the Four of Pentacles brings to light a deeper layer. There's something within them that they're still gripping, something they haven't found the courage to let go of. This internal resistance could be the very thing slowing the journey down. That lingering feeling of why is it taking so long that you carry is completely valid. And yet, the cards still affirm that they are coming genuinely, with a clear heart and intentional steps. While the pace may be slow, the direction is right. Once they manage to release what they've been holding on to within, they will come to you, with honest words and a deeper sense of connection. I wanted to explore why it might take as long as a month for this person to move toward you. As I drew the next card, a very clear sensation came through. It seems they're being somewhat stubborn, unwilling to concede something. There's something they're clinging to, unwilling to let go of, and this directly involves your relationship. It's not necessarily malice or indifference, but rather a resistance to being the first to soften, the first to take a step. Even so, the heart-themed cards and flower imagery continue to appear, signs that ultimately they will choose to honor their feelings and come toward you. There's no sense of separation or walking away here. Quite the opposite. Throughout this period of waiting, they've been quietly watching over you, staying close in spirit and silently present in your life. However, I can also sense that a part of them feels wounded at the idea of having to yield first, as if making the first move would diminish them somehow. They're wrestling with their own pride, reluctant to be perceived as the one who bends first in this connection. And so, time stretches not because love is absent, but because they haven't yet found the readiness to release that internal rigidity. So what, then, compels them to finally take action and move toward you? The answer lies in their own realization that if they continue on this path, they might truly lose you. They begin to look inward and acknowledge a quiet fear rising within, that if they hold onto their pride too tightly, they may end up watching you slip away. A subtle dread takes hold, the fear that you'll turn away, grow cold, or build an emotional wall they cannot cross. And that realization becomes the turning point, the push that breaks through their pride and calls them to return, not just with words, but with the vulnerability their heart has been holding back all this time. The image of the Mountain card suggests that you may be silently drawing a boundary, as if to say, If you don't step forward, I won't be here waiting anymore. And they can feel that. They sense that if they continue to delay, the opportunity might slip away. That's why, even with some lingering stubbornness, they still choose to move toward you, because they don't want to be rejected by you, and they don't want to lose this connection. They know you are someone special, and allowing the distance to grow any further would only erode the bond between you. Even if they haven't said it aloud, in their heart they are always thinking of you, always watching over you, always wishing for your happiness. They're very close to you, in a quiet, persistent way, like an invisible companion walking beside you from afar. And in the end, they truly cherish you. Although the path of reconnection may take longer than you hope, the message is clear. They will return with a sincere heart and a love that is genuine and deeply felt. This concludes the reading for those who chose Pile 2. Thank you for taking the time to listen and connect with the messages in this reading. If any part of this touched your heart or sparked a sense of resonance, I invite you to leave a small symbol or a few words of reflection, just something gentle to let me know that this message found its way to where it was meant to be. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel to support me. Your support is a precious gift, a powerful source of encouragement that helps me continue bringing meaningful readings to you. See you again in the next reading. Hello to those of you who chose Pile 3. Thank you for waiting. Now, let's begin your reading. I hope this message brings you healing, new insights, and moments filled with love. The central theme of this reading is their true thoughts and the emotions they are hiding. The first card to appear is the Temptation God, an image of a man who is irresistibly captivating and seductive, with striking, magnetic beauty. I've chosen to use the horror-themed tarot deck for this reading, as the energy between you and this person seems to resonate strongly with the intensity and depth of this deck. Now, let's delve deeper into their true feelings, the emotions buried within their heart. The first card that jumped out carries the energy of powerful possessiveness. This person has a deep, primal desire to keep you for themselves. They don't want to share you with anyone. It's a kind of emotional possessiveness, a connection that feels deeply instinctual and intense. Immediately following that is the Moon card, which reveals hidden emotions, unspoken fears, and subconscious doubts. This person is holding something back. There are things they haven't been able to express, feelings wrapped in uncertainty, perhaps even fear. There's a layer of mystery surrounding their emotions, something they struggle to put into words. The final card that came through is the Nine of Swords, a card often associated with inner turmoil, sleepless nights, anxiety, and mental distress. What I sense is that this person is, at their core, incredibly sensitive, someone who is deeply affected by emotions but tends to conceal this vulnerability beneath a surface of strength or indifference. They may often be misunderstood because they find it hard to show their softer side. I'm particularly drawn to the image of the wolf on the Moon card. It evokes a feeling of isolation, a lone soul, wild and untamed, yet longing for connection. This person is like a lone wolf, cold and distant on the outside, but aching inside to be seen, to be embraced. They may have once told themselves, "I don't need anyone. I'm fine on my own." But deep down, they've always wished that someone would truly understand them, someone who could look past their hardened exterior and reach the heart that's quietly yearning for love. The allure of this person is undeniably strong. You are drawn to them in a way that feels entirely natural. It's no surprise that they are represented by a card of temptation, of irresistible magnetism. Without even trying, they radiate a charm that captivates and holds attention, making it nearly impossible to look away. As for you, the energy that emerges is that of the King of Pentacles, a figure of stability, maturity, and grounded presence. You are someone who thinks rationally, who acts with steadiness and care. You carry a sense of inner security and strength, qualities that this person deeply needs, even if they cannot easily admit it. There are moments when you feel overwhelmed by this person's presence, as if their pull is so intense that it shakes your emotional balance. Sometimes it's their sheer allure, their magnetic energy that sweeps you up. Other times, it's the confusion of not knowing what they're truly thinking, leaving you unsettled, anxious, and emotionally stirred. But it's precisely because this person possesses such a unique and powerful presence that you find yourself affected so deeply. The Four of Pentacles has also appeared, conveying a message that sounds like, "No matter what happens, I won't let you slip away." Their energy clearly shows a desire to hold on to you. Even if you were to drift like a passing cloud, They would cast a net to keep you close. They don't want to let go. This card strongly speaks of possessiveness and a refusal to release. Perhaps you've had moments where you wanted to walk away, tired of the confusion, burdened by the emotional weight, or simply wanting to free yourself from the intensity. And yet, it's as if this person always holds onto you with an invisible thread. They never quite let you go. And with the Four of Pentacles appearing in reverse, it's even more evident that even if you attempt to leave, they will resist, unwilling to allow you to escape the grasp of their presence. On the surface, this person may appear indifferent, someone who seems to carry the attitude of "I'm fine on my own, I don't need anyone," or even "love doesn't matter to me." Toward you specifically, they may have acted like they're unaffected, as if saying, "I don't feel anything special for you." But behind those words lies a heart that wrestles with itself, one that thinks far more than it shows, and is far more sensitive than you might imagine. The presence of both the Nine of Swords and the Moon card reinforces this truth. They reveal someone with a deeply delicate inner world, someone who is easily wounded. Yet instead of expressing this openly, they hide it beneath a cold or indifferent exterior. This is what makes them so difficult to read, and why you often find yourself emotionally swayed by their energy. In essence, this is someone who appears strong and self-sufficient, but within carries a profoundly emotional and fragile heart. They do not let others easily see their truth, but if you're observant and sensitive enough, you will catch glimpses of a soul that is lonely and yearning to be loved and understood. This person truly carries a deeply sensitive inner world. And I sense that perhaps you are someone who has already recognized that. You've seen the hidden corners of their being, the parts that others overlook or misunderstand. The light of the moon, soft, subtle, yet full of emotion, is the very light you've used to illuminate who they truly are. Though others may only see their coldness or distance, you have looked beyond the surface and witnessed the truth that lies beneath. And yet, the next card reveals an image of departure. It may be you, the one who has understood them more than anyone else, who is now contemplating walking away. Not because the love has faded, but because you are simply exhausted. There's a feeling deep within you that says, no matter how deeply I understand this person, staying by their side may no longer hold meaning. You may have thought, "I know who he is," but if staying only brings more pain, perhaps letting go is the kinder choice. That feeling is unmistakable. You're not angry. You're not blaming them. You understand them deeply, perhaps too deeply, and because you understand, you feel the weariness, the ache, the urge to release. There may have been moments when you told yourself, loving this person only leads to sleepless nights, to uncertainty, to moments of being left alone in a fog of confusion. And that's why you've been leaning toward detachment, not because your love has withered, but because your understanding of who they truly are has become too real, too heavy. The past is represented by the Four of Cups in reverse, revealing a time when your affection may have been ignored, when the opportunity for connection stood in front of them, yet they remained silent, unmoved, emotionally distant. That period left you disheartened and disappointed, eventually pushing you toward the decision to let go. The truth is, you've seen many beautiful things in this person, qualities that few have noticed. But it's because you've seen them so clearly that you now feel helpless. Love, no matter how deep, if left one-sided, inevitably drains the soul. Both cards from the past are marked with the number 4, Four of Cups, and Four of Pentacles, highlighting an extended emotional stagnation between you and this person. It's as if both of you have been trapped in a heavy cycle, one in which emotions were never fully released, never truly allowed to breathe. The Four of Cups often points to a moment of deep realization, as if either you or this person once felt, if we keep going like this, it will lead nowhere. Something vital is at risk. However, the energy reflected in the cards feels somewhat hazy, almost as if this person themselves doesn't fully know what they want, or they are unable to articulate what they truly feel. So I continued to draw more cards. The Cross appeared, a card that seems to represent you. It shows that you've been carrying a heavy emotional burden, one that may even be affecting your physical well-being. You've thought about this person so much, torn constantly between heart and mind, to the point of exhaustion. Then came the Mice card, a symbol of slow, draining wear. It confirms what's already been felt, that continuously thinking of them wears you down, consuming your emotional energy. And yet, because you love them, you can't seem to fully let go. It's like the image of the mouse forever drawn to its favorite piece of cheese. You are pulled toward this person irresistibly because your heart still holds so much affection. You want to stay because of love, but staying hurts. Some of you may have already tried to walk away. You've attempted to let go, told yourself it's time to end this. But somehow, they never quite let you go completely. The reverse Four of Pentacles from earlier also echoed this clearly. It's as if this person always finds a way to pull you back, refusing to let you leave. The energy that comes from them feels like it's whispering, "I won't let you go." And that may be why you feel like you've had enough, that you're too tired. For some of you, this cycle has become disheartening, a loop you no longer wish to remain trapped in. But for others, that very pull the way they hold on brings a strange kind of comfort. Because in it, you feel something you've longed to be sure of. They still need you, and their heart still holds love. And then, the snake card appeared. But this energy isn't coming from you, it's coming from them. This is a complex card, often representing control, manipulation, and at times, emotions hidden behind a mask of calculation. This person may have acted in ways that left you confused, or made you question whether their feelings were genuine. The truth is, they are deeply layered, harboring thoughts and emotions they haven't allowed you to see. In short, this is a connection filled with inner conflict, where love is accompanied by exhaustion, understanding comes with pain, and though you've tried to walk away, something still binds you. Meanwhile, this person, through a uniquely intense and somewhat selfish way, still refuses to let you go. They are currently in an emotionally charged state, intense to the point of obsession. The energy from the cards is so strong it almost feels as if they are haunted by thoughts of you. The Nine of Swords, appearing at the center of the reading, shows someone deeply wounded, overthinking everything, emotionally overwhelmed. It's the image of a person tormented in silence, suffering on the inside, yet not revealing any of it on the surface. From the outside, you might never guess what's truly happening within them. The Moon card appears once more, reinforcing this truth. No matter the distance between you, physical, emotional, or temporal, there remains a silent, unbreakable thread of connection. The imagery is vivid. They are calling your name under the moonlight, longing for your return, yearning for your attention, for your understanding. And you, on the other hand, seem to be somewhere far away. You still feel that call, still sense their presence in your heart, but quietly tell yourself, not yet. I can't go back, not now. It's as if you hear them in your mind, feel them in your soul, but the pull just isn't strong enough to turn you around. Not yet. Next came 3 new cards, one depicting a masculine figure, though gender here is symbolic, representing the energy of this person, along with the ship and the whip cards. This person truly wants to move toward you, to come closer, to take action. Yet the image of the ship with no one rowing evokes a deep sense of loneliness. As if they are ready, the ship is waiting, but you're no longer there to board it with them and continue the journey together. The whip card often symbolizing internal tension, conflict, or the aching desire to act, but being unable to appears right after. This suggests that they are feeling powerless. They long to reconnect with you, but don't know how to reach you, don't know what to say that could make you truly understand the sincerity in their heart. The image here is incredibly vivid. They are standing alone in the night, under the moonlight, beside a waiting ship with no oarsmen, their heart filled with silent cries, cries that reach you only faintly, like a distant echo from far away. On the outside, this person may appear cold, distant, even claiming that they're fine without you. But inside, they yearn for your return more than anything. They ache to leave it all behind and begin anew with you. And yet, for now, they remain alone, standing in the stillness, waiting for you to come to their side, so you might row that ship together toward the far shore of love. That's why the feeling is so clear. This person is calling out your name, reaching for you with all their longing and desire. But from your side, the response to that call can vary greatly. Some may feel moved, touched by the depth of someone's affection. Others may feel overwhelmed, drained, or even bothered, especially if they're no longer in a place where returning feels right. So I wanted to understand more clearly how you are feeling right now, what your emotions toward this person truly are in the present moment. The first card to appear carries the message, focus. And immediately I sense 2 layers of meaning. One is that you're trying to focus on yourself, perhaps your work, personal goals, or simply the intention to no longer let your emotions take over. The second is that while you're trying to pull your energy back toward yourself, you're still being drawn into theirs, as if they have a magnetic pull, drawing you in even when you don't want to be. The imagery on the card resembles a Rubik's Cube being pulled deeper and deeper, suggesting that you want peace of mind, want to concentrate on what matters to you, but you can't fully escape the gravitational pull of this person's energy. You're being pulled back in even though your heart is trying to maintain its distance. I continued to draw, and the Eight of Cups appeared in the upright position. This confirms that you have indeed had the intention to walk away. You've likely felt tired, unwilling to keep dwelling on this person, maybe even reached a point where you wanted to let the connection go entirely. You wanted to step forward, to move on, to leave all those emotions behind you. And then, the bouquet card appears. What stands out is that this bouquet comes with a clear message. You are about to receive good news, a spiritual gift brought forth by love. In other words, even if you've been on the verge of walking away, the universe is gently whispering, wait, something beautiful is on its way. Following that is the Ace of Cups, a symbol of sincere affection, a deeply emotional new beginning. This isn't just a fresh start, it's an expression, a heartfelt offering, a gift from the soul. Paired with the bouquet, the message becomes unmistakably clear. This person will come forward with something meaningful, a confession, an apology, a genuine act that reveals their true feelings. Even if your current mindset is to let go, this love is still seeking its way back to your heart. They will come to you with more than just their presence. They'll bring something that makes you feel truly loved, seen, and valued. What's even more beautiful is that you'll feel joy in receiving it. It won't feel forced. It won't feel burdensome. Instead, it will bring softness to your heart, a quiet sense of relief, and perhaps, the courage to believe in love once more. The Ace of Cups arises from their energy. It is a card that holds the fullness of emotion. It represents genuine love, a tide of feelings so strong it can no longer be contained. The imagery of the overflowing cup seems to say, their love for you has grown beyond control, it can no longer be held back. And the message is echoed once more. You will be the one to receive something from them, a deeply emotional offering, a gift carried by the heart. I understand that your current emotions may be tangled and conflicted, but the cards are offering gentle reassurance. Even in the midst of confusion, something beautiful is on its way, something that will soothe your uncertainty, heal your wounds, and allow you to feel loved and valued once again. Now, let's look deeper into what's been weighing so heavily on this person's heart. The Nine of Swords appeared earlier, a card of guilt, emotional torment, and self-reproach. And as I drew further, the Two of Swords followed, an image of someone bound, neck caught between two blades, portraying a state of intense inner pressure. The message is clear: one wrong move and someone will be hurt, perhaps themselves, perhaps you. They are carrying a deep fear that they are the cause of your pain, that their presence in your life might only bring you more exhaustion, more heartbreak. They're afraid they are the root of the emotional weight you've been bearing. They sense that they might be a burden to you, unintentionally pulling you into an unhealthy emotional space. And it is this realization that tears at them from within. Additionally, the earlier appearance of the mice and the cross, symbols of emotional erosion and heaviness, further affirms this truth. They feel like they are part of the weight on your soul. They feel like they've been wearing down your spirit, dimming your joy, making it harder for you to live lightly, to smile as freely as you once did. This torment they carry isn't because they've stopped caring, it's because they care so much that the fear of hurting you has become unbearable. The Four of Cups, now appearing in reverse, reveals a powerful realization. They are beginning to see that they've missed something truly important. In the past, they may have been indifferent, emotionally distant, or simply unable to express their feelings at the right time, but now, they understand their mistake. They realize that you were something precious, and failing to grasp that in the moment is the very thing that's causing their current emotional turmoil. And then, as I drew further to clarify the meaning of this reversed Four of Cups, the Lady card emerged. The message could not be clearer. They are thinking about you, not anyone else. All the regret, all the emotional torment, all the longing, it's all for you. In their heart, you are the only one. The one they love, the one they ache for, the one they cannot look away from. Their current emotional state can be described in one word: drowning. They are completely submerged in thoughts of you, unable to stop thinking, unable to stop feeling. They love, they miss, they suffer, and it all centers around your presence, your absence, your memory. This message may be focused on their emotions, but if you find yourself resonating with these feelings as you listen, if their sorrow feels strangely familiar, that is entirely valid. It's possible the two of you are mirroring each other emotionally, both caught in the same waves of longing, hesitation, and emotional pull. Even though the cup cards have shown that you've been trying not to think about them, trying to move on, there is still something undeniable. You're still being drawn in. It's as if there's an invisible pull between you and this person, something magnetic that keeps bringing your thoughts back to them. The reversed Four of Cups emphasizes this once more. It feels like there are truths you don't want to face, emotions that stir up confusion or insecurity, but no matter how much you try to escape, you're still being pulled back. There's an inner imbalance. You want to break free, yet something within you cannot fully let go. And then, the Four of Swords appears, a card symbolizing pause, stillness, and inaction. At present, this person may not be reaching out, may not be expressing anything clearly. You might even be thinking, perhaps they no longer think about me at all. But in truth, this card reveals that even in silence, they are quietly watching you. It's as if they are observing from the shadows, waiting for the right moment to step forward. What's particularly striking about the energy of the Four of Swords this time is that it doesn't simply suggest rest, it suggests awakening. After a long period of emotional retreat, of dwelling in pain and inner conflict, this person is beginning to show signs of wanting to emerge, of wanting to take action, to change something. This card also carries a resonance similar to the coffin, a symbol of stepping out of darkness, of shedding the weight of the past, and preparing for emotional rebirth. It speaks of renewal in both feeling and connection. Not a half-hearted return, but a transformation, an arrival marked by true intention. And once again, the image of the bouquet appears, this time like a sudden, unexpected gift. All signs now point to this, even though you see no signs on the surface, even though everything appears still, something is quietly shifting beneath it all. When the time is right, they will appear, suddenly, unexpectedly, but with sincerity and heart. And you will be the one to receive it, not in anxiety or confusion, but in a moment that brings calm to your heart. A moment that softens everything, reminding you that love, even when delayed, can still find its way back with tenderness and grace. And then, for those of you who share a close emotional bond with this person, change may come as soon as within a week, perhaps even tomorrow. For those who have been apart for a long time, with no contact or unable to meet due to circumstances, the energy still speaks clearly. Within the next month, this person will find their way back to you. Distance is no longer a barrier because the emotional current between you both remains powerfully alive. So how will they act? In what way will they come to you? A remarkably clear card emerged: forgiveness. This person is carrying a deep sense of remorse, as if they've done something that caused you pain, left you feeling trapped, weighed down by emotional turmoil. And now, they want your forgiveness. The cross card appeared alongside it, reinforcing the message. This person knows they have caused you to bear a quiet, enduring sorrow. They are beginning to understand that their actions created a stifling space, one that made it hard for you to feel like yourself. And, because of that, they are preparing to come forward and say, with genuine heart, "I'm sorry." Once again, the image of the snake surfaces, a symbol of emotional control, manipulation, or past wounds inflicted through hidden motives or ego. This person knows that, whether through unconscious behaviors or pride, they drew you into an emotional spiral that you never deserved to endure. Now, with the weight of those realizations, they're ready to step out of silence. Not just to return, but to acknowledge what happened, to seek your forgiveness, and perhaps, to begin again with a heart more open and more aware of how deeply you were affected. This time, they are not coming to explain themselves, nor to add more confusion to your heart. They are coming to say they're sorry. Not just with words, but through an action filled with sincerity and emotional depth. It's as if they've finally stepped out of their shell, daring to face their mistakes, daring to confront the very things that once hurt you. What I sense is that this return will be quiet, unassuming, but rich with feeling. A simple message, a few words, or a small gesture, yet enough for you to feel, this person is truly changing. They are growing. They are trying to heal what was once broken by their own hands. They're coming to you, not simply because they want you back, but because they want you to feel free. Whether you choose to stay or walk away, what they want most is for you to be at peace. And that, in its essence, is a form of love that is deep, mature, and quietly healing. The next card to appear was the lily, a symbol of purity, innocence, and heartfelt sincerity. Through this, they are telling you, from the bottom of my heart, I truly see you as someone deeply precious. I cherish you with all the honesty I am capable of. And when these two images, the snake and the lily, appear together, a deeper meaning is revealed. In symbolic language, snakes are known to avoid the scent of lilies. This reflects the feeling within this person. They see you as so pure, so radiant, that they feel unworthy of being close to you. As if to say, just being near you already feels like a luxury I don't deserve. They see you as someone far beyond their reach, not just in appearance, but in spirit, depth, and dignity. To them, you're someone who is beautiful on the outside and noble on the inside. And it's precisely because of this that they so easily retreat, hide in the shadows, and fall into self-doubt. That feeling doesn't come from anything you've done, it stems from their own harsh view of themselves. They're not someone who avoids love in general, they only run when faced with someone as rare and special as you. If it were anyone else, they wouldn't respond this way. But with you, the one they see as pure, radiant, and full of grace, they don't know how to approach. They want to be near you, to stand by your side, but at the same time, they silently whisper to themselves, I'm not worthy. This creates a tendency to withdraw, to hover close, yet hide, because they feel they're not enough, not as bright as you. In their eyes, you are someone with a beautiful heart, a pure soul, a presence that brings light. And because you shine so brightly, they feel like the darkness beside you. Even so, their feelings for you are real. Their love isn't loud or dramatic, but it is deeply sincere. They don't run because they don't care. They run because they care too much, and because they feel they haven't yet become strong enough to step into your light in a way they believe is worthy. The moon card appears once again, reaffirming that in their eyes, you are someone pure, graceful, and uniquely beautiful. It's not just about your appearance, it's the way you carry yourself, the way you speak, the way your presence fills a space. Everything about you makes them feel that you shine too brightly, that you are too radiant, too extraordinary, to the point where they find themselves wondering, could someone like me ever truly be allowed to stand beside someone like you? The forgiveness card is not merely about a specific past mistake, though if there has been something that hurt you deeply, they are indeed tormented by it. It also speaks of something more subtle and heartfelt. It is as if they are asking for permission just to exist next to you. As if they're saying, even if there's nothing to forgive, would you allow someone like me to simply be by your side? There is a palpable sense of insecurity within them, a belief that they are not good enough, not pure enough, not worthy enough. And yet, the depth of their love for you pushes them beyond that fear, to the point where they must express it. The Ace of Cups appears once again, signaling that their feelings are not fleeting. This is not a love born of confusion or doubt. It is full, clear, and deeply sincere. Many of you will feel that love reaching you, and you'll recognize its truth, its intensity, and its honesty. Because the energy they're sending toward you comes from a place of real, wholehearted affection. However, if someone feels they simply cannot forgive, or if what happened in the past feels too overwhelming to let go of, that's perfectly okay. Whether or not to accept this love is entirely your choice. No one can force you to embrace something your heart isn't ready for. What the cards are saying is this. This person genuinely wants to come closer, wants to make amends, and hopes you might give them a chance. The next card drawn is the Tower, a symbol of something sudden, a major shift, or a past collapse. It suggests that there may have been a significant rupture between you and this person, a moment that made everything feel like it was falling apart. But right after that comes the card of the House, and this time, the energy is clear. This person wants a private space with you, a chance to meet in a setting where it's just the two of you, away from the noise of the outside world. It's as if they want to create a safe haven, a space where you can talk openly, reconnect with sincerity, and rebuild trust. And when a card was drawn to represent the message they would send to you, the message that appeared was, "This is a joyful whirlwind. Let the current lift you higher." They're saying, don't be afraid anymore. Let this flow of emotions carry us upward. We no longer need to resist with reason or keep ourselves apart. Let your heart lead the way. Let love take us home, to where we truly belong. The image of the whirlwind here is not one of chaos, but rather a current of emotion gently pulling you and this person closer together. Even if both of you carry wounds, differing thoughts, or anxieties about the future, they want you to know, within this whirlwind, there is joy, there is light, and there is a chance to rise, higher, lighter, and freer. This is the heartfelt desire they are preparing to send to you. And you are the one who gets to decide whether or not you want to embrace this breeze. What's special about the connection between you two is that the doubts and worries present are not one-sided. In truth, both of you are feeling the same way. You may express it differently, but deep down, the inner struggles are something you both share. That's why the image of a joyful spiral does not carry a negative or chaotic meaning. It is a flow of emotion where confusion, wounds, and even disagreements become catalysts that deepen the bond between you. They are thinking, these worries, these emotions, they belong to us. They are something only we understand. And if we face them together, we can overcome, not merely to endure, but to rise to a new level of connection. This person does not want to avoid difficulty. They are not saying we have too many problems. They are saying we have a chance to overcome them together. To them, love grows stronger through challenges because they want to walk through it hand in hand with you to share not just the beautiful moments, but also the imperfect ones. They want to send the message that even pain can be something precious if we wrap it in love and understanding. And what they are aiming for is to rise together into a relationship that is more joyful, more gentle, and more mature. I continued drawing cards to see a clearer picture of your connection in the near future, and the bouquet card appeared, once again affirming that you will receive this gift. A gift that carries their genuine feelings. And most importantly, you will receive it with an open heart, filled with warmth and true joy. All of this is pointing toward a very specific timeline. For those of you with a close bond, this may happen within just 1 week. For those separated by a greater emotional or physical distance, 1 month is the most likely window. Particularly, the month of September is marked as a significant period, a time when your relationship will undergo a noticeable shift. This could be a change in direction, a transformation in emotional dynamics, or the arrival of a crucial decision. Now, I will continue to draw cards to gain deeper insight. Within the span of 1 week to 1 month ahead, with the Ace of Cups appearing as a symbolic gift, what will the emotional state between you two look like? How will the relationship evolve? What feelings will begin to surface? A new image of the two of you, more defined and emotionally enriched, is about to take shape. Now, let's take a look at the image of you two at that moment. The card drawn reveals a sense of emotional pain, a heart that has been hurt. There is a clear, unmistakable feeling that this person truly wants to be forgiven. It suggests that there may have been a period of distance between the two of you, whether it was a temporary separation, a physical gap, or an emotional one. The card points directly to that time, the moment when a divide existed, in one form or another. And yet, accompanying that distance is an intense emotional plea, because I still feel so deeply for you. Please let us have one more chance to be together. It feels as though this person is speaking directly from their heart, their soul. I can sense the lingering regret within them, as if they're still carrying the weight of what happened. And that feeling of uncertainty, of blurred emotional lines, it mirrors the energy of a card that speaks of confusion and emotional ambiguity. Perhaps you two have had moments where you thought, there's no way we could ever come back to each other. And they're thinking the same thing. They're blaming themselves, believing that it was their fault things turned out this way. It was their actions that created the distance, for some, a physical barrier, for others, an emotional divide. It could have been a fight, a misunderstanding, or something that seemed small but left a lasting crack. In short, there's a strong likelihood that the two of you were apart for some time, and right now, this person is still holding onto a deep, persistent ache in their heart. A yearning to reconnect, to mend what was broken, and to be close to you once again. This person is truly feeling a deep sense of remorse within themselves, knowing that they were the one who caused the current state of your connection. They are heartbroken because of it. And you appear in the reading with the image of someone peacefully sleeping. It's as if you're saying, it's okay. I'm all right. I've always carried this love in my heart. I get the sense that you are gently comforting them in your own quiet way. As I continued to draw more cards for clarity, the feeling became even stronger. You have truly accepted this person. While some might say, it's too late now, in this reading, your energy comes through as deeply open, as if you've welcomed them back into your heart wholeheartedly. The incense burner card appears, a symbol of fire and fragrance. An incense burner is used to release calming scents and represents an atmosphere of soothing energy, inviting relaxation and subtly connecting two souls on a deeper level. Right after that comes the King of Cups alongside a card symbolizing a home, a space that is intimate and warm. Together, they evoke the image of two people sharing a quiet, private room, perhaps in your home, or maybe in a place like a hotel. A space meant for just the two of you. And in that space, a soft, emotional atmosphere is lit. The feeling of love is rekindled and nurtured through each other's gentle presence. This is something truly beautiful, not just a physical return, but a return of the heart, of emotion. Something deeply personal and sincere is unfolding between you both. And now, I want to listen to what your heart is truly feeling. I draw a card to tune into your emotions, your own inner state at that moment. The card that appears is the symbol of the incense burner, a vessel for essential oils, radiating an energy of relaxation and deep contemplation. And what stands out most is the presence of an eternal love. You're sensing that this love is something that simply cannot be extinguished. It's not an agonizing or tormenting pain, but rather a quiet, profound feeling, a deep inner knowing, as though you are gently holding, savoring, and embracing this love with all the silence and sincerity of your heart. Even though the Eight of Cups shows that there were times you thought about walking away, that you told yourself it was time to leave, time to let go of this relationship, when you tried to do so, you realized you couldn't. This love still lingers here within you. You're not struggling in pain. Instead, you're reflecting on this connection with a calm and meaningful clarity. It's as if you're looking back on everything the two of you have shared, the seeds that were planted, the moments nurtured, the feelings that once blossomed in your heart, and now you long to harvest something from all of that. Perhaps you once tried to stop yourself from thinking about it, once tried to lay everything down. But in the end, what remains within you is a quiet, powerful wish. You want to gather it all in. You want to receive the fullness of those emotions. You want to treasure all that was once beautiful. On a deeper level, this may be an awakening, a mental and emotional readiness to face the truth, whether that means continuing or ending the relationship. But no matter the choice, what you feel most deeply in that moment is this. This is a love that cannot be extinguished. And the card representing their feelings reveals the symbol of maternal love, a love that is gentle, full of compassion, unconditional, and deeply forgiving. This shows that they are turning towards you with a heart that knows how to love, how to hold all the pain, and how to long for healing. The card carries the message of a mother's love. They are, at this moment, being enveloped in your tender, forgiving warmth. It feels as though they are being touched by something soft and silken, a kind of healing that comes directly from you. This brings a strong sense that between the two of you, there can exist a deeply emotional and profoundly warm atmosphere, a connection that reaches far beyond the surface. The card also clearly shows that you are genuinely happy to receive this love once again. And you can feel reassured. This is not a fleeting joy, but something you've quietly longed for, and now it has finally returned to you. As for this person, they have been carrying deep regret. They blame themselves, holding on to a heavy sense of guilt. This isn't always something that shows up clearly in a reading, but this time, the energy is unmistakably genuine. They feel sorrowful, remorseful, and they are longing for forgiveness. The Moon card has also appeared, suggesting that this person may not easily show their emotions on the surface. They are hiding their feelings, which is why you might not see clearly what they're truly experiencing. And yet you, with your strong intuition and deep empathy, can still sense it. It's as if they are silently calling your name, and you, turning around for no particular reason, suddenly realize it feels like they're crying. Somehow, you can feel their sorrow. The reading also reveals that some of you may have once felt bound by this connection, as if you were tied to it, trapped in its emotional gravity. But in the end, when you reflect on everything, you realize that the two of you have truly gone through something profound together, and you are beginning to feel that within yourself as well. So, if there are moments when you feel tired or uncertain, unsure of what to do next, let's turn to a message of guidance for you during those times. The card that appears is the Devil, a symbol of bondage, of invisible chains. In the imagery of the card, the person is holding the chain in their own hand, and this shows that the feeling of being trapped may originate from this person or from within you, from fixed beliefs, lingering fears, or unresolved attachments. The message here is, you don't have to endure this feeling alone. Recognizing exactly what is binding you is the first step toward breaking free. And you are not alone. This person is also struggling with their own chains. If both of you can acknowledge this and dare to face it, then love, with all its tenderness, compassion, and silk-like gentleness, will become the key that unlocks your liberation. It's truly a powerful card. But I still wanted to ask a little further. If you ever feel uneasy or unsettled in your heart, what should you do? And then, you appeared in the reading. When you feel off balance, what's truly needed is to return to yourself. The card suggests that you can tend to your outer self, do something that makes you feel confident and at ease. It could be dressing up a little more, trying a new makeup style, wearing your favorite piece of jewelry, or simply putting on an outfit that makes you feel beautiful and true to yourself. The Anchor card also appeared, a symbol of stability, of being grounded in something that brings peace to your heart. And as a gentle connection, taking care of your appearance or doing something you love may help you find your inner calm again. When you shift your focus to the things that bring you comfort, like trying on something new, tending to your look, or simply doing something that reminds you that you are loved, your heart begins to soften. The message here is, intentionally create small moments that make you feel good. It could be putting on a new pair of earrings, reapplying lipstick, or buying a new blouse. In doing so, you're sending yourself a message of love and gently pulling yourself out of the spiral of worry. As for the connection between you and this person, the cards continue to emphasize that the energy between you is very positive, capable of forming a warm, heartfelt, and sincere space. It's just that, sometimes, I find myself wondering with quiet concern, I hope you're okay. But I realize that's probably just unnecessary worry. You might even feel, it's all right really. Don't worry so much about me. And I respect that deeply. Finally, the Ring card appears, a symbol of connection, of a bond that no one else can interfere with. The reading speaks of a sacred, private space between the two of you, a world that belongs to just you and this person, where no outsider can truly intrude or fully understand. Only you and they exist within it, and that, in the end, is what truly matters. Because the card drawn is the Ring, it suggests that the outcome of this relationship will be whole, harmonious, meaning things will eventually be resolved in a peaceful and complete way. The two of you will have another chance to meet. Even if arguments or misunderstandings once led to distance, reconciliation is possible. Even if there is still some space between you now, the bond remains, and that connection is being strongly affirmed through this reading. And there's something more. Another card appears bearing the image of a chain. Once again, the theme of binding, of inseparability. The Anchor card reappears as well, a symbol of something that keeps the ship in place, preventing it from drifting. This shows that it is the other person who is holding on. They are the one who doesn't want to let go. It's as if they're saying, I'm not going to release you. If this ever causes you to feel overwhelmed or burdened, please reach out to someone you trust, someone you can open your heart to. And if you don't feel ready to share with anyone, then find a space where you feel safe, a place, a ritual, anything that helps you feel grounded and at peace. Whatever it may be, the most important thing is that you find calmness within. This chain, this bond, it's clearly powerful, reflecting a strong sense of possession. If you find joy in being connected this way, then that's perfectly okay. You can simply understand it as, this person still truly cares about me. However, there may be some of you who find this energy uncomfortable or overwhelming. If so, you can turn to channels like this tarot reading space to find a moment of peace for your mind. Seek out something that makes you feel safe, a place where your spirit feels soothed and welcomed. That is the message meant for you at this moment. As for this person, it can be said that they are someone who feels deeply. And it seems that both of you are individuals with intense emotions, naturally and profoundly drawn to each other. It's as if you're tuned into the same emotional frequency, thinking about the same things and slowly learning how to share those thoughts with one another. They feel that everything, even the things that trouble them, as well as the joy that arises when they think of you, all of it exists within the emotional whirlpool that connects you both. And they have no desire to leave that whirlpool. They want to merge with you in all your feelings, the joys, the sorrows, the worries, and the happiness, to transform it into something shared, something experienced together. They're also carrying a sense of guilt for having caused you distress or heartache. That awareness is genuinely present in their mind, and they understand it clearly. This reading shows that such understanding will continue to grow stronger in the near future, and that process will unfold quite quickly. I will close the reading for those of you who chose pile 3 here. I am deeply grateful that you stayed until the end of the video. Today's reading is not only a message from the universe, but also a bridge connecting us, those who are seeking deeper understanding and heartfelt connection in life. If you feel that even a small part of your heart has been touched, please leave a comment or a symbol you love, just to let me know you were here and that the message has reached you. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel to support me. Your presence is a priceless gift, a powerful source of motivation that inspires me to continue bringing you deeper, more meaningful tarot readings. I'll see you again in the next reading.